Hello everyone and greetings. So today I wanted to do a quick video on the new Pokemon TCG Pocket app that released this week. Since I have gone through it quite a decent amount, I'll just largely be sharing my discoveries and experience with it, and afterwards probably do some polls since I have saved up a few. So what I wanted to go over first is probably just the card packs themselves. If you notice that there's a 6 hour and 57 minute mark for mine, these are basically 12 hours recoveries, so you could get a hourglass. These are pack hourglasses, so after a certain amount of time, you're able to like open a pack for free. So as you can see, I can open a booster pack despite the thing is still recovering, which is great because what I noticed is after you pass the 12-hour mark, they actually do save that for you, and they still continue counting, as you can see at the 6 hour and 57 mark at the very top. So I want to open a pack, and as you could say, you could use the time to reduce the time to open the pack, and it would require 7 because it's always whatever the hour is plus 1. So if you happen to have like, if this was like originally 6 hours and just 6 minutes, then I would just wait the 6 minutes because you could save an extra hourglass. You never know when that extra might come in handy, you know? But I did want to show this as an example that if I do this, it speeds it up. And I could open another pack. I rarely take the one that's right in front of me. I was like scrolling. It's not anything in particular, or you could just like spin roulette. It's kind of one of those things where you kind of like pick wherever you feel like you might have luck and just open it. Oops. Open it. And maybe you'll get something. Not much. Obviously, still normal cards. But I did add some to my collection, which I haven't gotten yet, because I rarely open the Charizard ones actually. So yeah. If you go over here in the second tab, it's where all your cards are, and they right here they are ordered by rarity. I can also order it by type, card number, whatever you got recently, as you can see, or anything that has duplicates. Because another thing is, if you scroll all the way down, as you can see, I have like 4 sand slashes. You can also do something like obtain flare, which I won't do here. I'll do it for the tentacle. But you could obtain a flare for tentacle, because you'll be exchanging your cards, along with some stardust to just get some cosmetic effects. There is a quest that requires you to do this anyway, but yeah, the cards will disappear once you use them for the flare, so be very careful of how you're doing this, especially since you need 2 cards per deck when you are like battling with someone else. So that's why I didn't do it with my Sand Slash. I needed 2 copies of my Sand Slash, and that's just not possible if I use up 3 of them since I only have 4. But going back to the home, another thing I wanted to go over was the Wonder Pick. Currently there is an event going on, so there's this bonus pick that they allow you to grab, and you get to do it for free, and just basically try your best to get the card. That's basically what this one's going for. If you're able to get the card, then I didn't. You're able to like complete more missions for this event and earn more stuff, essentially. But the way these Wonder Picks work is that you basically just look at other people's polls, select whatever you want. Usually if there's a full art, it costs like 3, as you can see here. If it's just a bunch of normal polls like what I did earlier, it'll just cost 1. If you happen to have a holo, let me see if I can find an example. Yeah, here. The Vaporeon is a holo. It will cost 2 instead. These Wonder Picks taste like what? I think it's like 12 hours as well. Same with the pack hourglasses to recover. So really just pick out what you would prefer. If you're a collector and you want to get the full arts, know that it will cost you a lot. If you want to gun for anything because you want to play somewhat competitively for the cards, then just look for what you need and hopefully you'll get it. Like I would probably need that Nidoqueen. I do actually need it. Let's see. But with the gold star cards, let me see if I can find my Pikachu. I'll do it by collector card number, because then it should be at the bottom. This Pikachu. You can actually see an example of this card like early on, when you load into the game, because if you tap and hold it, you get to go inside the card, which is something unique and interesting for this game. You get to see a whole world of what is beyond the initial card art. It's honestly really beautiful. And yeah, that's what's unique about those 3-star cards. Besides that, you have the social hub. Trading is coming soon. That hasn't been established yet. And as mentioned earlier, there are missions here. So yeah, these are your daily missions. Once you do a couple of them, there's just logging in, wonder picket, open some booster packs, or participate in a battle. They're very easy to do. They're very simple stuff to do. And and you get like a pack hourglass times like 3. Was it 3 or 4? It says 4 here, it says 3 up here. Oh, those are the amount of missions I have to complete. So once I collect all, I should be able to get that hourglass. And tap on it, and you get it. Next is the dex. This is just for registering for the amount of cards you have. So once you're able to like grab those, you got the reward, you get it. And there's also deck. These ones are actually very unique. You have to actually get certain cards. Like if you get this Venusaur EX, you'll get the rental deck. You get the Blastoise EX, you also get the rental deck. I'll go over that more in a bit when I'm going over the battles. Besides that, this is the event that popped up today. This is a... It seems like it's just a meow for Chansey event. You have a chance to just get some nice little flares. Not flares by definition of this, but like just like pretty little cards here and there for your collection. They're not actual cards, more of just for display and stuff. And then this is premium missions. If you want to subscribe to their premium pass, you do get like 2 weeks for free. I'm not really planning on using it, but going into the shop, you can actually earn quite a lot of this shop ticket just by battling or participating and filling out like events. But I wouldn't like use them for crazily. It's best to save up just in case, because you don't know when you're gonna need them. Because from the way it seems, it looks like they're gonna keep the current like a 3-pack rotation for a while, but later on they're definitely going to release something new, and you're going to want to have some left over during that time if you want to open something really well from there. Yeah, but anyway, you do have limited hourglass, so you might as well like be careful of how often you exchange for them, because afterwards you're going to have to start using these more, which is a little bit more expensive in order to use, so I wouldn't recommend it. And down here, these are some cards that would be helpful for you when you're battling. I would recommend the Potion, X-Speed, Pokeball, and the Professor's Research. But the thing is, I think they give you like 2 free Pokeballs anyway, which is the max you could put in a deck, so I wouldn't recommend really buying it. Professor Oak's Research, I think they might have given you 1 or 2, so you might have to buy an extra. I know for sure you want to buy the Potion and the X-Speed. Potion just heals, obviously, so it's very useful. X-Speed is to help you retreat, which is a great strategy. Besides that, red card might be useful. This is basically just destroying your opponent's hand if they can't do anything. So this is really useful if, say, your opponent goes first and uses Professor Oak's Research but doesn't do anything after. Then it's just good to disrupt the momentum of your opponent, essentially. But for battle, there is a solo mode to help you learn. As you can see, I already did most of them. That is where most of the hourglass and everything comes from. Like honestly, beginner, intermediate, and advanced, they're not too hard. The advanced is where they start like really picking up speed. But each of them have if you see these flags, these are just some little missions they want you to do. Knock out your opponent active Pokemon one time with water type Pokemon and put 4 basic Pokemon in play. Honestly, these are very easy to do, so just do them in your own time. Advance is a little bit harder, so you should really like make your own deck to help out for it. Like for now, I'll go into an example with the expert mode. For these higher levels, like despite this saying like only beat it with like a rarity of like 3 diamonds or lower, that's really difficult to do because they will rush to evolve their Pokemon to their EX forms, and as long as they put down 4 energy on them, and they will put down 4 energy on them, as you can see for this, you will constantly be hit with 200 points of damage for a good amount of time. Venusaur is really difficult to play because he heals for 30 damage, and they also use Erica's supporter card, which heals it for an extra 80. So this Pokemon will constantly hit you for 100, while also healing itself, so it's very difficult to beat. I have not even finished like most of these. I only beat it using the rarity thing, luckily, thanks to my Arcanine. But yeah, as I mentioned earlier, I'll do a little example. So like here, these are some of the decks that I've personally made. These are rental decks. As mentioned earlier, you could actually get these rental decks by just obtaining some of these special cards. But you should be careful about when and how you use these rentals, because they are limited. As you can see on top, I recently got this Charizard, so it's on full 10 out of 10. I still have 10 uses for it. This Pikachu I got very early on, and I only have 5 uses out of 10 remaining, as you can see from up here. So I would recommend only using these decks for like advanced solo mode. So it's just something you could easily use without having to like think too hard about making your deck. It makes it a lot easier to pass. So I'm gonna use Blastoise here, and this will primarily, I won't get the grass. That's very difficult to do in general, first off, and I won't get this rarity bonus, but I could just try to win this by 12 turns, or win this battle without my opponent getting any points, or just get 12 or more points. So in other words, you have to play this at least 4 times because you only get 3 points each match. First person to 3 points wins. So yeah, we'll jump into a battle just to show off how it goes. Going second is actually really great, honestly, because you get to attack first. Let's see. So here we have Psyduck, Pukumuku, and Squirtle. So if I want to, I could rush Squirtle. Pukumuku does not evolve at all, but it does do decent damage, as you can see. 1 energy for 30, and since I know it's a fire type deck, I know it will do 50 at bare minimum. I could use Psyduck, because its ability is a little bit more useful, where the opponent can't use any supporter cards. But for now, I'm going to try to rush it. And let's go. Okay, I was not going to be able to rush it. It had a Moltres. Well, there goes the supporter. I kind of figured it already had one in its hand, so it wasn't going to really matter too much. So for these situations, as I mentioned, Pokeball and Professor Oak are one of your best cards because they help search your deck. Something nice that is different from like the actual card games is, on top of this just being like a smaller version of the card game, there's no prize cards. You just gain points every knockout. Gets you 1 point. If you knock out a EX Pokemon like normal, then it's 2 points instead, as you see on the bottom. 2 points on the bottom. And you also cannot deck out. It won't let you deck out. If you run out of cards in your deck, you just won't draw, so you're limited to whatever you have to finish up the battle. First off, I use the Pokeball because this allows me to just grab a card, and in other words, this is a card I will not be drawing because I already took it out from the deck. So it's really nice that I could do that first before using Professor's research in order to pull more cards that might be useful. And as you can see, I did pull another Professor's research. However, I can't use it because same rules as in real life. You cannot use more than 2 supporter cards per turn, and supporter cards are just trainer cards with people on them, essentially. So I have Articuno, which is already really nice. I'll put it down. And I'll actually start attacking with Pukumuku because it's essentially here to just cause damage. Ah, it's weak against electricity because it's part flying. This is unfortunate. Yeah. You have to be careful of what your card says. Like this card said, it said it's not able to do anything because there's no fire Pokemon on the bench. So yeah, there's that problem. So I got War Turtle, just evolve it, because I could slowly build it up, so I might as well. And I'll put in Golduck here. And we'll continue attacking. We'll just build up our bench while attacking with Pukumuku, because that's essentially what you're supposed to do. Just put something up front, do some damage, hold up some damage, while they're gonna get a bunch of heads, aren't they? 2 is already bad. Because that Relic can evolve into an Arcanine that can hit you for 100 damage consistently. So we'll continue using Rain Splash. I probably should have put that original water energy from War Turtle to Golduck instead. It should have been. I shouldn't have put the energy card before I drew extra. As you can see, I told you they'll try to start up as fast as possible. Oh, and they switch. That means they're gonna attack. They're gonna just like try to get me as soon as possible. Boom. Yeah, this is gonna be very difficult. None of my Pokemon can actually live longer than anything, but it does do like what? 20 damage to itself? So I could go with Golduck since it's already basically almost done building up. Okay, there's Blastoise. I could try building Blastoise, but for now we want to throw out as much damage as possible. We'll save the Blastoise for later. And there goes the other one. Yeah, as you notice, I already got 2 Pokemon knocked out. And as I said before, these EX Pokemon cost 2 points. So if on your side you ever have like an EX Pokemon, do not put that either like first or second. Because if that goes down and you already have like 1 point off and their opponent already has 1 point off you, you can get knocked out right there and then if that Pokemon gets KO'd. This is why I like leaving my EX Pokemon last. So even if they do get that extra point, it wouldn't really matter as much, and it gives me an extra turn as well. So I'm going to use the Pokeball. Okay, I'll throw down a Lapras. Okay. And this Pokemon has at least 2 extra energy. Okay, I'm going to just have to keep throwing energy cards on Blastoise in order to make them count. This is going to be difficult. But I just need to knock out 1 more Pokemon. They're probably using, yeah, the full health Moltres to wait for time. I could get a win, though. They're not going to have enough time to build it up. Oh, wait, they do have enough time to build it up. Well, it still gives me an extra turn, so potato, potato. Oh, and it got full tails! This is why flipping coins is like really win or lose. So, you either get big damage or you get nothing at all. Yeah, they're gonna probably swap in. Since my Blastoise is full health, it could retreat. Nope, and they're gonna stay in and we're gonna get the win. I already lost Pokemon. I did not win this before the 12th turn. Like I said, this is kind of like difficult to play. So I'm gonna have to just deal with it, essentially. Maybe if I put all my effort into the Squirtle, I might have gotten something. But I at least added in some points for next time. See, as you can see, it's cumulative, so it's gonna over time. I'll get enough essentially. But at least I got the victory, so I did move on to the next challenge, which is Starmie EX and the Greninja deck, which I'm not gonna bother going through here. I'll just go over my grass deck. Generally, this is the way I have built my grass deck. As you can see, I have a decent amount of trainers. If you look up here, let's see, let me just make it smaller. Well, maybe too small. But as you can see, I have like 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 trainers and like 11 Pokemon. I would not recommend half and half because the way energy works is like, as you saw from the last battle, they just automatically give it to you every single turn. So you could like put in 1 energy every single turn. So obviously in real life, your deck normally consists majority of trainer cards because you're trying to search your deck for whatever you need in order to like gain the advantage over your opponent as fast as possible. That's usually how these games work. So I am trying to get more and more trainer cards to just basically help me out with that. Pokeball, if they add in Great Ball later, that would be awesome. Ultra Ball would be great as well. I don't know if they're going to add that. I highly doubt it considering how small the deck is. It's only a 20 card deck. So I would recommend at least 10 trainer cards, obviously. For Pokemon, probably around 6 to 8, honestly. If you get knocked out with like 3 Pokemon knockout and some EXs, the most you should do is probably have like 1, 2, 3, like 1, 2, 3, 3 or 4 max of Pokemon that you need. Because even here, I feel like I keep drawing cards that I do not need. I want to take out that Snorlax, it's just a good wall. I don't really care too much about using my Executor, honestly. I like using my Lilligant, I want to use my Venusaur, and I am fine with using my Beedrill. Those are like 3 Pokemon that I want to use. Like I said, 3 to 4 is probably a good medium. And when I say 3 to 4, I mean like if you have like a bunch of second stage Pokemon, you probably want to just go with 3 or so. If you have a bunch of just first stage Pokemon, as in they only evolve once, you might want to go with 4, just so you can have some variety, or just have dupes of them, so it's easier for you to get the ones you need. Because I only have like, as you can see, 1 of each of these. I really have no choice, I just have to use what I have. But let's see, let's go over the fighting one. As you can see, I have 2 Sandshrews, 2 Sandslash, because I don't have an option. I have these 2, might as well use these 2 type of thing. And you just gotta work with what you have. But over time, you're gonna want to get more and more trainer cards to help you out. You definitely want more than 10 trainer cards in your deck. And you also definitely don't want like 11 Pokemon in your deck. It's just not viable, I guess you could say. And you should be careful of how you build your deck, because as far as I can see, usually when you're building your deck in real life, you have mixes. You have a mix. Like, you could mix grass and fire. But in this case, since it's only a 20 card deck, you're better off just focusing on a monotype, honestly. Maybe a monotype with normal. Because you never know when you actually need certain type of energies. Because I believe I fought someone that was constantly trying to get like fire energy, but they kept getting like metal energy. I don't remember if they won that. I think they may have actually, but it just kind of impedes your battle if you can't get the right energy you need, especially for fire decks that constantly like throw out their fire energy in order to like constantly be able to attack. But it is reassuring that every time you discard 1 fire energy, that you're guaranteed another fire energy the next turn, so you could constantly just deck out attacks. The main thing with that is that you just can't build up your back row. What I was doing, I was trying to build up my back row. That didn't last too long though. But yeah, those are some of my tips for the battles. I do play Versus every now and then, but not that frequent. I don't want this video to actually get too long, so I am just spouting a bunch of stuff. A few things I wanted to share is you actually do have like displays like this. This is like a display card where you can like see the card. Obviously I have Pikachu EX, it's like my rarest card here. And these Pikachu stuff, you actually get it for free, I think. Either that or it's because you pre-registered. I just found it on mine and I didn't pay for anything, so yeah. And then I just have cool cards inside a binder. You could just scroll down, look at some of the cool cards. Yeah. But yeah, you can make in here as well. Where you can see the binders, the display boards, and the decks up here. And oh yeah, something that I wanted to go over when making the decks, because I didn't notice this until like after I made it. But you could like click that change button over here if you didn't notice. You could change the deck box to change the color, so you can actually match it to whatever type it is, because it always defaults to grass, I believe. It will tell you here the energy you need. You can even select it apparently. Yeah, they'll warn you that it's not in the deck, so it's usually best to just keep one, personally, in my opinion. And you could go with the accessories. The Eevee one's for free. This one came for free. And these are card sleeves. So these came for free for me. They were already in my thing when I logged in. So you could also put in your highlight cards, like cards that you particularly like. Now that I actually have a Venus, so I'm going to throw that in. But yeah. This is generally how you could like make a deck. Kind of spruce it up to make it a little bit more fun. But this is generally how the game is. I think it'll be fairly fun for now to just collect what you want and what you can. And yeah, I'll just go from there. This is definitely something that is a gateway to make you buy their actual cards, or maybe do both. It's kind of a way for them to just get more money, obviously. But at least some effort was put into it so far, so we'll see how things go. I'll probably stick to it for a while and see how things go. I was planning on doing like a 10 card poll. However, if I want to open 10 packs, it costs me 120 hourglasses? Out of how many do I have? 176? The whole reason why I have 176 hourglasses is because I did a bunch of the solo challenges. I don't know if that's ever going to come back. That's like stuff that you complete, do, receive the reward for, and then don't get any others later on. So it might be harder and harder to like get enough. Like I said, you can also go to the store and buy them over time as well. There's that. You know what? I'm gonna open the 10 pack just to see what's up, and I'm gonna do it on the Charizard, and we'll hopefully get some trainers. We'll see how things go. Well, hope I don't regret this. Let's go. Pack opening time. Let's go. Oh, this is how they open it. Okay, so they just give it to you in a row because you're not... Oh my god! Okay, they tell you at least which pack you're on so you're not losing track. Okay, I still haven't gotten a gold star this entire run for some reason. Okay. Okay, maybe I should just tap and hold here. Oh, I got Erica. That's good. Maybe I should tap and hold. Oh, pack 8 and I still haven't gotten a gold. Are you serious? This is like the last one. Oh, I actually have this card in real life. Damn, that 10 pull was not great. That was horrible. Look at this pull. None of these were gold at all. I thought it would increase the chances of gold, but no. Well, I experimented, so you guys don't have to. Do not do the 10 pull. It is not worth it at all. I would not recommend it. And I collected 250 cards. But I would not recommend the 10 pull. Just do 1 pull packs. Best option you could do. Because just yesterday I did 1 pull pack on the Charizard. I got a 2 gold star full art Charizard. That was okay. That was dope. But yeah, I would not recommend doing a 10 pull. I got nothing. You're better off just doing 1 at a time and hopefully like getting something every once in a while. But doing the 10 pack was not great. So yeah. That should be all for a general run through of the game. So thank you very much for watching. I'll edit this and try to update this as soon as possible. I'll be back on my Fire Emblem edit soon. I did notice a little mishap with the next recording, so I apologize beforehand. And it's gonna take a while to edit because of that. But yeah, I hope to see y'all next time, and hope this was a good general overview. Thank you very much. See y'all later. Bye bye.